Welcome to Daily Warrior Yoga, and in order to prepare for the launch of this website, I had ChatGPT write all my intro videos for all of my starting content. So let's see how ChatGPT did, shall we? Welcome to Daily Warrior Yoga, and this is your slow flow yoga practice. Today we'll be moving through a gentle, mindful sequence that connects breath with movement at a slow, deliberate pace. This practice is all about slowing down, tuning into your body, and finding a sense of peace and presence. So grab your mat, find a quiet space, and let's get started. That's pretty good for ChatGPT.
All right, let's reach the crown of the head up towards the ceiling and tuck the chin slightly. Bring the palms to rest on the tops of the knees or thighs, either up or down. You can soften the gaze or close the eyes altogether. Bring the shoulders together and down the back. And begin to deepen the breath very slowly, deeply, and completely, in and out through the nose. Taking note of the qualities of the breath, the temperature of the air, the depth of the breath, and where the breath travels or doesn't travel within the body. And as you connect the mind to the body, do a brief scan and take note of any body parts you may need to honor today, acknowledging that you are the guardian of your body and your practice, and are free to modify or opt out of any pose you see fit today. Take 2 more breaths here. And at the end of your second exhale, extend the arms long by your sides. Shoulder blades are nice down the back. Inhale the palms up. And on an exhale, take that left hand to the outside of the right knee. Right hand sweeps back behind. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Exhale, twist. On your next inhale, reach both hands up overhead. And on an exhale, take the right hand to the outside of the left knee. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Exhale, rotate the spine. On an inhale, reach both hands back up overhead. And on an exhale, lower those palms down by your sides. Go ahead and take this right leg and stack it on top of the left. So you can put that right foot to the outside of the left knee, or you can extend that left leg long down the mat if those hips are tight today. The most advanced option is to stack those knees on top of each other. Big flex in both feet, but especially that top right foot. Inhale the arms up overhead. And on an exhale, plant that left palm and reach the right arm up and over to the left side and really sink that right sits bones down into the mat. Cut right here. I'm going to fix this so it's right in the middle. even though that's, all right. And we're back. Take a big inhale from here. And on your exhale, reach that right hand down to meet the left. And walk both palms through center. Tuck the chin to the chest, round the spine. Breathe through the lower back, back ribs. On your next inhale, stack the shoulders above the hips. Grab this top leg like it's your baby. So take your leg in the crook of that elbow, in the crook of both elbows really, and grab your leg baby. You can bring those hands together, but notice how your spine has kind of curled down a bit. So sit up nice and tall and just nice and slow. Rock your leg baby. Opening up the hip, big, slow, deep breaths here. Big inhale here. And on your exhale, you can set your leg baby down, and we're going to cross that left leg over the right. So you can put that left foot by the right knee, or again, stack the knees, but the left knee's on top. Strong flex in both feet, more so in the left. Inhale the arms up overhead. Really reach up out of those ribs, reach those low ribs out of the hips. And on an exhale, plant the right palm. Inhale, reach the left fingertips up and over to the right side. And really sink that left hip down towards your mat. Big inhale, big reach. And on your exhale, bring that left hand down to the mat to meet the right. Walk both hands through to center, tuck the chin to the chest, round the spine. Breathe through the left hip. On your next inhale, stack those shoulders above the hips. Grab your leg baby in the crooks of those elbows. Sit up nice and tall in those hips, as tall as you can from this position. And begin rocking your leg baby side to side. Nice, big, slow, deep breaths. Couple more rocks here. Big inhale. And on your exhale, set your leg baby back down. And go ahead and come through to a tabletop position. We'll stack those shoulders over the wrists, hips over the knees. And when you're ready on an inhale, drop the belly, take the nose and tailbone up to the ceiling. And on an exhale, tuck the chin to the chest, round the spine. Again, drop the belly, take the nose and tailbone high. And on an exhale, tuck the chin, round the spine. Last time, inhale, drop the belly, moving nice and slow. Exhale, tuck the chin, round the spine. Inhale, return to that neutral spine. Exhale, take those hands out in front of the shoulders and tuck those toes if you haven't already. And on your next inhale, send those hips high into your first downward facing dog. Keep those knees nice and bent. Really reach that tailbone up towards the top of your mat and press evenly into the fingers and toes. Begin to walk out your dog. Bend one knee, straighten the next. Inhale the gaze up in between the hands. Exhale, bend the knees and take 2 big steps to the top of your mat. Bring those big toes to touch, heels out wide. Keep a nice big bend in those knees. Tuck the chin to the chest, gazes back in between the legs at the wall behind you. Take a big inhale here at the center. And on your exhale, walk those fingertips over to the right side of your mat and reach the left hip point to the left side of your mat. Breathe here. Big inhale. And exhale. Make your way back towards center. Inhale again. And exhale, walk yourself over to that left side this time, reaching that right hip point towards the left side. Excuse me, right hip point towards the right side. Big inhale from here. Exhale, make your way back through to center. Inhale, halfway lift, straighten out those feet, engage those abdominals. Exhale, forward fold, tuck the chin to the chest, and roll up 1 vertebrae at a time. Nice big bend in those knees. Head comes up last. Inhale the palms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold, dive down. Flat back. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step that left foot to the back of the mat. Sink the left knee down. Inhale, stack those wrists over the shoulders. Press those hips forward and down. Hips are square off to the short edge of your mat, front edge of your mat. Big inhale from here. And on your exhale, reach those fingers towards the back of your mat. Big inhale from here. And exhale. Dive forward, plant the palms. Plant that left palm. Right hand comes to the right knee. And walk that right knee, right foot I should say, out towards the right edge of your mat. Take that right hand and press the right knee away from you, allowing your foot to rock onto the outer right edge. Breathe here. Press those hips forward and down. Big inhale from here. And on your exhale, release the knee. Bring that foot back to center. Shift the hips back over the heel. Plant that right foot and inhale. Oh, you might want to grab a block for this one. You can put this block back by that left foot. Inhale, reach the left arm up and back while you plant your right hand on the block. Or for extra spice, you can go all the way down to your heel. Your choice. Rather, your body's choice. Big inhale here. And on your exhale, bending into that right knee, reach the left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Press those palms together. Reach the right shoulder up towards the ceiling. Big inhale. Exhale. Plant those palms. Step that right foot back to meet the left into downward facing dog. And then when you're ready, take an inhale and lift those left toes off the mat, hips square to the mat. Exhale, step that left foot to the top. Sink the right knee down. Inhale, rise up, stacking the wrists over the shoulders. Relax the shoulder blades. Low crescent lunge. Big inhale from here. And on your exhale, reach those fingertips towards the back of your mat. Big inhale. Exhale, bring both palms down to the mat. Walk that left foot out to the left edge. Left hand to left knee. Big inhale. And on your exhale, press the left knee away from you, rocking out onto the outer edge of that left foot. Press those hips forward and down. Big inhale. And on your exhale, release the knee. Walk it back towards center. Send those hips over the heel. Reach for that block. Should be back there somewhere. Plant that left palm into the block and inhale. Reach the right arm up and back. Reaching, extending out of that right hip. Big, slow, deep breaths. Big inhale. And on your exhale, bend the left knee. Take the right elbow to the outside of that left knee. Plant the palms together. Press firmly. Rotate the thoracic spine. Big inhale. And on your exhale, plant those palms down on either side of that front foot and step the left foot back to meet the right. Very slowly. Downward facing dog. Inhale, lift those right toes. And on an exhale, take the right knee to the right wrist and sit those hips down. Extend those left toes back behind you, sitting up nice in the center in the midline of those hips. So we're not rocking out onto the right hip. We're not leaning over towards the left side of the mat. We're right in the center. This right foot is nice and flexed. Inhale, sit up nice and tall out of those hips. Exhale, slowly dive forward, either coming onto forearms or forehead to the backs of the hands, or you can reach those hands out towards the top of your mat for an extended version. Wherever you are, fight for the midline. Pull yourself in towards the center and resist the temptation to roll onto the outer edge of that right hip. Take a big inhale from here. And on your exhale, bring those hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale, stack the shoulders over the hips. And on an exhale, rock onto the outer edge. Go ahead and rock out onto that right hip. And put that right foot to the inner side of that left thigh. Inhale, reach the arms up and over. You can take that left hand to the right knee. Reach the right fingertips up and over towards those left toes. And really pull against that left knee, right knee. Ooh, sides are hard today. Pull against the right knee to take that shoulder back behind you. Breathe here. Inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, rotate out over that extended leg. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, tuck the chin to the chest, dive forward. Reach for the foot, ankle, calf, round the spine, head to knee pose. Take a big inhale from here. And on your exhale, walk towards the center, allowing that left sits bones to pop up off the mat. Really reaching through the inner arch of that left foot to open up that left groin muscle. Breathe here. Now using the breath, inhale, stack the shoulders over the hips, and on your exhale, pull yourself forward up onto that right knee, and those left toes extend out away from you. Hands come underneath the wrists. Let's hope so, right? Wrists are underneath the shoulders. Shift your weight into that right palm. Inhale the left arm up, and exhale, thread the needle. Reach that left arm underneath the right. And the right hand can stay in front of the face. You can reach it out overhead on the mat, up in the air, or spiciest version is to reach right hand for inner left thigh. Breathe through the left side ribs. Take a big inhale from here. And on your exhale, bring that right palm back down in front of the face. Inhale, reach the left arm up and back. And exhale, bring that left palm down to the mat. Come through to that tabletop pose again, and then let's get up into that downward facing dog. Inhale, lift those left toes high. Exhale, step the left knee up to meet the left wrist. Sit those hips down and reach those right toes back behind you. Same thing. Sit yourself right in the center of those hips. Tent those fingertips on either side. Inhale, sit up nice and tall, strong flex in the left foot. Exhale, dive forward, coming onto forearms, blocks, head to knee, head to back of the hands, or reach those hands out overhead for an extended version. Really fight for the midline. Fight to keep yourself in the center of those legs, in the center of those hips. Take a big inhale. And on your exhale, bring those hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale, stack the shoulders over the hips. And on your exhale, rotate onto that left hip, bringing your left foot to the inner right thigh this time. Right hand to left knee. Inhale, reach those left fingertips up and over. Really pulling against that left knee to reach the left fingertips up and back. Inhale, stacking the shoulders over the hips. Exhale, rotate that torso over the extended leg. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, tuck the chin to the chest, dive forward, head to knee pose. Round the spine. Breathe here. Big inhale from here. And exhale, walk through center. Coming onto those forearms, allowing that right sits bones to pop up the mat this time. Really extending out through the inner arch of that right foot and opening up the right groin muscle. On your next inhale, stack the shoulders over the hips, and exhale, bring yourself forward, rock up onto that left knee, extend those right toes out in front of you. Bring the wrists underneath the shoulders and shift your weight into that left palm. Inhale the right arm up. Exhale, reach the right arm underneath the left, thread the needle. Left hand can stay in front of the face, or you can reach those left fingertips out overhead, up in the air, or left hand reaches for inner right thigh. Big inhale. And on your exhale, lower that left hand back down in front of the face. Inhale, reach the right arm up and back. And exhale, bring the right hand down to meet the left. Come back to the center of your mat, facing the top. Big toes touch, knees out wide, hips to heels. Extended child's pose. Reach those fingertips out towards the top of your mat. On your next inhale, very slowly come up onto the knees, stacking the shoulders above the hips and the hips above the knees. Take one of your blocks and put it by that back right foot. Take your right hand and press your right hand into that block. Squeeze the glutes, send the hips forward, and then reach the left hand for the back of the left ear. Big inhale, and on your exhale, reach that elbow back behind while you send those hips forward. Breathe here. Big inhale. And on your exhale, come up slightly, sit those hips over the heels. Extended child's pose again. On your next inhale, come up onto the knees again. Take that block to the outside of that left foot this time. Left hand to block. Squeeze the glutes, press the hips forward. Right hand back behind the right ear. Big inhale here. And on your exhale, reach the right elbow back behind you while you send those hips forward. Big, slow, deep breaths. Big inhale here. And on your exhale, sit those hips down over the heels. Reach those fingertips out towards the top of your mat. Extended child's pose. On your next inhale, pull your whole body through to the top of your mat, squeezing the glutes, pressing those hips forward, and really pressing firmly down through the palms to rise up out of the shoulders. Maybe the head tips back, cobra pose. Big inhale here. Exhale, child's pose. Bring those knees into touch underneath the chest. Forehead comes to the mat, and allow those hands to sweep back by the hips. Forehead comes to the mat. Breathing through the back ribs. Lower back, sacrum area. Surrendering to the weight of gravity, allowing the shoulders to just fall down to either side of the knees. On an inhale, interlace those fingertips behind you in your lower back. And on an exhale, press those knuckles to the wall behind you. Inhale, lift those knuckles up higher and higher, up towards the front of your mat. And really press those knuckles up towards the ceiling. Don't allow those shoulders to droop down. Breathe here. And on an exhale, lower those hands back down to the lower back. Unclasp the fingertips. Forehead comes down to the mat. On your next inhale, come up onto the toes and rock up onto the crown of the head to make this happen. Don't come up onto the forehead, but the crown of the head. Grab for those heels. And on your inhale, rock further up onto the crown of the head. Tuck the chin and reach that low back high, up towards the ceiling. Drive that belly button in towards the spine. Breathe through the back body. Actively pulling against the heels. Heels pushing against the hands. Big inhale here. And on your exhale, release the feet. Lower off the toes. Extend the hands out in front. Child's pose. On an exhale, bring those hands underneath the shoulders. Tuck the chin to the chest. Stack the vertebrae one by one. Head comes up last. Inhale the right bicep by the right ear. And take this left hand back behind you, reaching up for that right hand. So you're going to bend that right elbow and reach for the hand. Now, if you can't touch your hands, reach for that shirt, right? Hold on to the shirt. And the goal here is to reach this right elbow as far up as you can while you drive the left elbow down towards your mat. And I'm turning to the side so you can see this. You might catch yourself arching your back, meaning those ribs are sort of splayed out. And while that might feel good, I know something that feels better, right? Use those abdominals, draw the low ribs in, stack the rib cage over the hips, reach up nice and tall. Now we can really sit up tall. Now the stretch begins. Big, deep breaths here. Opening up the armpit chest. Big inhale here. And on your exhale, release your hands or the grip on the shirt. Extend the arms in opposite directions very slowly out to the side in a T. And then allow those hands to come down by your sides. Inhale the left bicep up by the left ear. Sweeping that right hand back behind you this time. Reaching for those left fingertips. Or again, you can reach for your shirt. Pull against the shirt or the fingertips, reaching that right elbow down this time, left elbow nice and high. And again, check in with those abs, check in with those low ribs. Are you arching? Are you reaching? It might feel good, right? But use the abs, draw the ribs in over the hips. Sit up nice and tall. Big inhale here. And on your exhale, release those fingertips, reach the hands in opposite directions, out to the side in a T, and slowly lower those hands down by your side. Come to the center of your mat. We're going to lower down onto our backs for some spinal twisting. Figure 4, it's an oldie but a goodie. Cross that right elbow, that's not your elbow, that's your ankle. cross your right ankle over your left knee. And you can press that right knee away from you, strong flex in the right foot. And if you need more, reach through, grab the back of the left thigh, front of the left shin. Inhale here, pull that left knee into the chest while you press the right knee away from you with the right elbow. Big inhale from here. And exhale, release the grip on the knee, lower the left foot down to the mat, extend the arms out to the side in a T or cactus arms if space is an issue for you. Big inhale here at the center, and on your exhale, take that right foot down to the left side and hold. And in your mind's eye, press this right knee towards the top of your mat. Breathe here. And on your next inhale, bring both knees back to center. Uncross the legs on the exhale, and then bring that left ankle over the right knee. Same thing, press the left knee away from you, reach through, grab the back of the right thigh or front of the right shin. Pull the right knee into the chest, flex the left foot, and press the left knee away from you with your left elbow. Big inhale from here, big squeeze into the chest. And exhale, release the right foot back down to the ground. Arms out to the side in a T. Big inhale here at the center. And on your exhale, take that left foot down to the right side. Big inhale from here, and from your exhale, press that left knee away from you. Strong flex in that left foot. Exhale, bring the knee back. Inhale, both legs back to center. Exhale, uncross the legs, bring the soles of the feet to touch. Knees out to either side of the mat. Breathe here. On your next exhale, reach that left heel towards the top of your mat. Right foot comes to the inner left thigh. Inhale the arms up overhead, reach for that left wrist, and on an exhale, pull the left wrist over to the right side, keeping both shoulder blades, both hips on the mat. Breathing out of this left hip, reaching, extending. Big inhale from here. And on your exhale, release the wrist. Bring the shoulders back towards center. Bring the left foot up to meet the right. And the right heel extends towards the top of the mat. Left foot comes to the inner right thigh. Reach for the right wrist this time. Take a big inhale and exhale. Pull the right wrist over to the left side. Again, both shoulder blades in contact with the mat. Both hips in contact with the mat. Really reaching and extending out through that right hip. Big inhale. And exhale. Release the wrist. Return the shoulders back towards center. Extend that left foot long down the mat. Feet splay out. Palms come to rest by your side. Bring the shoulders together and down the back and tuck the chin slightly. Soften the gaze or close the eyes. Surrender to the weight of your body on the mat. And surrender the breath as you enjoy these last few moments in Shavasana. When you're ready, on your next inhale, begin to wiggle the fingers and toes, wrists and ankles. Inhale the arms up overhead, point the toes. Allow the lower back to curl off the mat. And on an exhale, bring those knees into the chest. Hands come to the tops of the knees. Begin making slow, big circles with those hands on the knees. Reverse your circle. And when you're ready, make your way to a comfortable seated position where we'll take one final breath together. Reach the crown of the head up towards the ceiling and tuck the chin slightly. Bring the shoulders together and drop them down towards your mat. Extend the arms long by your sides. Inhale the palms up overhead to touch. And exhale, lower those palms down to the center of the chest and bow the head to the open heart. Thank you for sharing your slow practice with me today. Be in a state of gratitude for all of the amazing things our bodies were able to do for us during this practice. The light in me honors the light in all of you. Namaste.